Hello and welcome to Ageless Rock. If you are a megalithic fan, you can put on your megalithic lens and see things from a different perspective. Israel is a land full of megalithic monuments, and today we are going to check out Zechariah's tomb located at Kidron Valley in Jerusalem. I am very sure something happened in the past and created a lot of megalithic sites around Jerusalem. Jerusalem settlement can go back as far as 5,000 years ago, but it wasn't until 3,000 years ago that interesting civilization in Jerusalem began to take shape. In this video, we are going to explore Zechariah's tomb. But before we dive into this megalithic site, we have to know that there are 4 Zechariahs we need to differentiate. The biblical Zechariah has to be clarified before we start. Approximately 1st century BC, there was a priest by the name Zechariah. He was a priest and father of John the Baptist. Angel Gabriel appeared before him and told him about his wife Elizabeth will conceive a child and to be named John. But this is not the Zechariah for the megalithic tomb. Approximately 6th century BC, we have Zechariah, son of Berechiah. This Zechariah is the 11th minor prophet of the 12 minor prophets. He is celebrated as a saint on September 6. He is the one who is concerned with the building of the second temple, also known as Herod's temple. But he is not the Zechariah who is linked to this megalithic tomb. In the 8th century BC, there is another Zechariah. He was the 14th king of Israel who ruled for only 6 months. He was the son of Jeroboam II. He too is not the Zechariah linked to this megalithic tomb. The biblical Zechariah who is linked to this megalithic tomb is son of Jehoiada. He is mentioned in the book 2 Chronicles chapter 24. He condemned King Joash for disobeying God and was killed in the courtyard as ordered by King Joash. This structure is a monolith measuring 12.5 meters tall. The square sides are 5.5 meters wide, and the main body of the structure is basically a cube. The bottom is a hole that makes the entire structure looks like a tomb to archaeologists. The problem is, there is no room or chamber inside to put a dead body. But this structure is easily identifiable as a product of an unknown megalithic culture simply by the mysterious random rectangular hole on the top. This looks like a structure created from top to bottom direction. A monument sliced out within a bedrock can be found in Ellora caves in India. Kailasa Temple, Indra Sabha Temple, and Cave 30A are all in Ellora cave sites. Don't get distracted by the ornate carvings and designs of the building. They all share something in common. What are the odds that Jews and Indians like to chisel bedrock with 3 nice walls and square-looking box with a pyramidal-looking structure on top? That would be too much of a coincidence to me. I think there is an intelligent, functional design created by the unknown ancient builders, and we will never know how it works because they are beyond our time. To create this straight out of bedrock so that Jews can have a tomb doesn't quite make sense. This is a lot of work, and therefore we shouldn't be guessing where to put the dead body. There was no dead body in the first place anyway. But the striations on the right wall shows the same tools just like those megalithic sites around the world. Another evidence of this is the scoop marks under the pyramidal roof. This section is clearly an unfinished section. But where are the chisel marks if it was done halfway? Why spend all the time making 3 walls on the side smooth instead of finishing this awesome tomb for an awesome guy. Here are two structures you can find in Gornaya Shoria in Russia. It is a megalithic site with strange marks. It is the same technology that was used to scoop the bedrock. No one needs to remove the chisel marks because there was none. Here is another scoop mark you can find at Yangshan Monument in China. I don't think Chinese chiseled the walls and removed the chisel marks and coincidentally looks like the one in Jerusalem. What are the odds that Chinese and Jews were interested in shaping bedrock with chisels and had the same unfinished appearance? This is the Yangshan Monument in China with the scoop marks under the cavity. But I want to highlight the walls of these two structures. They all appear to have been sliced off like clay. The civilization responsible for this most likely did not walk around with chisels chipping away bedrock for dead people. It looks like they were sliced neatly vertically or horizontally. The walls are made smooth, but the structure is mysteriously useless. You have to wonder, what is the priority of this monument? Is it to bury an important person we don't even know, or to have a smooth pyramid top? You might think that after all this crazy effort, they only got a small little hole which measures 2 meters by 2 meters square floor and only 2 meters high. So, at this point, I cannot see how archaeologists can praise the ancient Jews for being hardworking but made a mistake of not being able to complete it. I see this as pretty much 99% complete, but still there is no chamber for a dead person. By the way, why would ancient Jews need to chisel bedrock stairs if it is a tomb and no one needs to go in on a regular basis? Stairs mean it will be used regularly. We are advanced today, but we have simple stairs for thousands of tourists. Zechariah's tomb is just right next to the holiest site for 4 religions. If this monolith is a project for a prophet, it would have been completed and very well maintained by one of these 4 religions. We will not be guessing what happened here. Zechariah was stoned to death by order of King Joash. So, I am just wondering if his body was kept buried somewhere while some Jews were busy chiseling a monolith in honor of his prophetic service to God. They have to chisel the tomb after the death of King Joash, because I don't think King Joash would like an awesome monolith for someone he just murdered. According to rabbinical literature, Zechariah's blood were boiling until 940,000 great and small Sanhedrins, priests, and school children were killed. You can read this on your own and it will sound mythical because 940,000 dead to appease Zechariah's boiling blood is a lot of innocent people to kill. Let's take a look at this old photo. If Jews ever carved this monolith out of bedrock with ancient chisels dedicated to a prophet, do you think it will ever be left for so long period of time it got buried by earth and then used as a cemetery around this monument? I have a feeling it was rediscovered at some point, but no one has a clue what it is. There is no evidence it can be linked to Zechariah because recent research shows that this monolith cannot be older than 1st century BC. That would be a blow to those who would like to see this as Zechariah's tomb because he died about 800 years earlier. In 2011, archaeologists found a place in Horvat Midrash and believe it is the tomb of Zechariah. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this presentation on Zechariah's tomb and have a wonderful day. This is Berniong signing out. Lahitraot.